So you're thinking about moving to the Des Moines area. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about the top 10 things that you need to know before moving to the Des Moines area. And you're going to want to hang around to the end. We're going to talk about some of the fun things that you need to know before you move to this area. So let's get into it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in the Des Moines area, well, then you're going to want to tap subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know about what is happening in the market here in the Des Moines area. My name is Andre. I'm with the Des Moines Iowa real estate team, and we get calls from people like you all the time. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, just give us a call. My contact information is going to be in the description. You can email me, call me, text me, or we can get on a Zoom call. And I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to the Des Moines area. So the first thing you're going to want to know before you move here is check out the cost of living. Now, the cost of living here is about average or a little less than average. A lot of people say that it's a lot below average, but I disagree. You can get some housing for relatively cheap on the southern side of Ankeny, and right there in the middle of Des Moines. Some of the better places to live are the places that you're going to want to live, like Ankeny, Johnston, West Des Moines, Waukee, all those places where there's some newer developments and some high demand. Those prices are going to be a little higher than the average house in Des Moines. So the houses in January of 2022 in West Des Moines, the average house was $277,000, and right now the average house is $312,000. So there's a nice little increase there. So you get nice equity if you buy a home. That's actually a little lower than the national average. The national average for a home is $361,000. So it is below the national average, but it's not as low as some of the statistics that I've seen where they say the average house in Des Moines is $175,000. Now, maybe it is, and maybe there are some really low prices out there, but, and I can find you houses like that if that's what you like. There's some right on the southern side of Ankeny, right south of Ankeny, I should say, where you can get a house for, $2 to $250, something like that. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Newer construction is going to be, you can start somewhere between, you'd have a hard time finding newer construction. I can find you some townhomes that are about $260 with shared walls, and some smaller townhomes for about $300 to $350. $350 is probably the right price for a smaller townhome in some of these desirable areas like Johnston, Ankeny, West Des Moines, Waukee, Grimes, those type areas. So anyway, cost of living is lower. You got the health cost. The cost for healthcare is lower than the national average. The cost for groceries is lower than the national average. The cost of transportation, gas and fuel, is lower than the national average, but it's not a whole lot lower. It's just right close there. But anyway, cost of living is one thing that you're going to want to know before you move here, and that gives you an idea of what it is here. So there you have it. So another thing that you're going to want to know before you move here is the diverse neighborhoods. They've got some great neighborhoods here in the Des Moines area. East Village is one of the most vibrant with lots of shops. That's right near downtown. And you've got, it's near the shopping, it's near downtown, it's near some vibrant bars and restaurants and breweries. So that's a nice, if you like a city vibe, that's a great place to be. So one of the bars is El Bait Shop, and they've got an insane amount of beers on tap. Right now they've got Rasputin is one of my favorites. I like dark beer. So you've got Nitro Milk Stout from Left Hand Brewery. You've got a peanut butter porter over there right now. Anyway, El Bait Shop, as you can tell, I like beer. So El Bait Shop is a great bar. So a couple of the other bars are Beechwood, Locust Tap. You got Peachtree. You got Iowa Tap Room. Also, one of the things you may want to think about is commuting. I'm mentioning some of these suburbs, and you're going to want to think about where you want to go. I'd say one of the most desirable places would be West Des Moines because it's really close to downtown. Of course, it all depends on where you're working. If you're working, like for instance, at the John Deere place, that is right there in Ankeny. If you're working at Tone Spices, that's in Ankeny. West Des Moines has some other large companies, and or Johnston. So West Des Moines is only like 5 minutes from downtown, maybe 10 minutes. Ankeny is probably, I want to say 15-20 minutes from downtown. Johnston, 10-15 minutes, depending on where you are. If you're all the way on the north side, you might be 20 and 30 minutes. But the commutes, the traffic is just about, you don't really even need to worry about the traffic. You got a great traffic system, and there's not a lot of traffic. And some of the, of course, there will be a little bit of traffic in the high traffic times when people are coming home from work and going to work in the mornings. But it's nothing like some of the larger cities, comparable cities area in the United States. The traffic here is not really that bad. So commuting shouldn't be a problem, and you just may want to think about that and what the commute will be. Most commutes here in the Des Moines area are 20 minutes or less. So you shouldn't have a problem with that, but you're going to want to think about that when you're deciding on where you want to live. And I can definitely help you with that. Speaking of that, if you're thinking about moving to this area, maybe you're local and you want to move to a better home or a different area, or maybe you're coming in from out of state or moving here to the area, listen, I'd be happy to help you. My contact information is going to be in the description. You can give me a call, text, email, Zoom call. I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to the area. So another thing you're going to want to think about is the education system. We normally here in Iowa rank very high in the education system. Some of the best school districts in Iowa are ranked by niche.com. You got West Des Moines ranked number 8 in Iowa. Waukee was ranked number 5, and Ankeny was ranked number 4. So a lot of these suburbs have some great schools. Johnson has great schools. Like I said, those other 3, West Des Moines, Ankeny, and Waukee, those are all really good school districts. A lot of people are looking to move to those areas because of those school districts, because they're really great school districts. And the homes are right near the schools. I guess that's the case all over the country, but they've got parks and play areas and those aquatic centers all in those planned developments right near the schools. So it's a really great place to raise a family. Ankeny was voted, I think, one of the top places in the nation to raise a young family. Great place, great education systems, and you've got the colleges. You got DMAC, you got Drake University, also all ranked very highly as colleges. You got ISU, Iowa State University, right there in Ames, which is only 30 minutes north of Des Moines. They've got one of the top ranked engineering schools in the country, and their veterinary medicine school was one of the first public schools in the world. I think it was 1879, something like that, where they established a veterinary medicine school. They are ranked 13th in the world and 7th in the U.S. in veterinary medicine schools. So highly ranked schools here, great education systems. So you're going to want to check that out before you move here, and I hope that helped. Another thing you're going to want to think about before moving here is whether or not this is a friendly and safe place. It is very friendly and very safe. We regularly rank below the national average in crime statistics in this area. Of course, in the Des Moines metro area, there are a couple of places that are not that great, but most of the areas that you're going to be looking in that I like, like I mentioned before, some of the areas on the west side of Des Moines where like Waukee and Grimes and then you got West Des Moines, you got Ankeny, Johnston, all those areas I've been talking about. Those are all really great and safe neighborhoods. Even inside of Des Moines, most of it is very safe, very lower than the national average crime statistics here in the Des Moines area. You'll find that most people are very welcoming in the communities and very helpful and very nice. We've got some great people here in the Midwest, and it's a great place to be. It's very safe, great place to raise a family. So another thing you're going to want to know before you move here, maybe you're moving here because of a job, because there's plenty of large companies here. Maybe you're moving here and possibly need to look for a job. There's plenty of job opportunities. Wells Fargo employs over 13,000 people in this area. They have a headquarters right here in Des Moines. Hy-Vee has their headquarters in Des Moines. They employ over 11,000 employees, and they've got their headquarters right here. Principal has their headquarters here. They employ over 6,000 people. The health industry is another big employer. Mercy One and Unity Point together employ over 10,000 people. John Deere has their headquarters in the area. They employ over 3,300 people. And several other big employers are Amazon, Nationwide, Pella Windows, Casey's. So the job market is a thriving job market. Plenty of employers. I've only mentioned a few. There's lots more. There's a lot of job opportunities. The unemployment here right now is 2.9. The national average is 4.2 right now. So, Iowa always ranks, in the Des Moines area, always ranks in the low unemployment. They rank better in the unemployment than the national average. So that's another a great thing about the Des Moines area, and something you definitely want to know before you move here. Another thing you're going to want to know before you move here, maybe want to talk about, you probably have already thought about it, is the weather. The weather can be extreme. We've got 4 distinct seasons here: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Winter can be harsh. It can get into the negatives. We get a little bit of snow in the central Iowa area, kind of where we are. You get about 18 to 22 inches of snow. Up in the northern Iowa, you get like 40 inches of snow. But here we get, it snows, I don't know. Sometimes it only snows 3 or 4 times, but sometimes it can snow quite a few times. I'm talking about major snows. We're well equipped for that. We got plenty of people. They're going to clean the roads for you so that you're not going to have a problem driving around or getting to work. But you may want to think about and prepare. You might want to be sure that you get an all-wheel drive vehicle. That would help. And maybe look for a house that has a garage. Most homes most homes do have garages, and you may even want to look for a heated garage. I got a heated garage. It's fantastic. Don't have to worry about scraping the snow off of the windows. But anyway, you're going to want to be prepared for that. It can get hot in the summer. It gets up in the 95 degrees sometimes here in July and August, in the middle of the day in the summer. But those times are short, and even in those times, it's a lot cooler in the morning and the evenings. The weather here is fantastic. I love it. It's one of the reasons I moved here when I did. I'm originally from South Louisiana, so the heat here is not anywhere near what the heat is in Louisiana. A lot of people say it's humid here, and I guess it is. It can be. It's not as humid as Louisiana, being right there on the Gulf of Mexico in Louisiana. But yeah, it does get hot. And in those hot times, a lot of these planned development neighborhoods like Prairie Trail have little aquatic centers, like the one in Ames, the Furman Aquatic Center, and one in Prairie Trails is Cascade Falls. And then on the north side of Ankeny, you've got Prairie Ridge Sports Complex and Aquatic Center. And then, of course, right close to this area, you've got Saylorville Lake, where, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but Saylorville Lake is a great place to go swimming and kayaking and stuff like that. So, but anyway, the weather, you're gonna want to think about the weather before you move here. I think it's great, and I think you'll enjoy it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, just give me a call. My contact information is going to be in the description below. I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to the area. Something else you may want to consider is outdoor recreation. That's a big thing for me. I love to be outdoors. I like disc golf. I like to play golf, although I don't play as much as I used to. I love to go kayaking and hiking and walking. And they've got plenty of trails here in the Des Moines area. You've got the High Trestle Trail. I've talked about it in many of my videos. It's a 25-mile paved trail from Ankeny Trailhead all the way on a high trestle, an old train track, all the way to Woodward, going through lots of cool communities. Right there at the head of the at the trailhead is Trailside Tap and Fire Trucker Brewery. Fire Trucker Brewery has some great beer, and then you can go get a burger at Trailside Tap. They've also got mullets right there if you go in the morning. Maybe you want to go and end up at that trail than have some beer. That's what I would rather do. Anyway, so lots of outdoor recreation opportunities in this area. You got Sailorville Lake, where you can rent boats, and you can rent pontoon boats. You can go kayaking, boating, swimming, fishing. And then you got Raccoon River Park, where they got like a 3-mile trail there, and you can also rent kayaks there. Another great place to rent kayaks is Seven Oaks in Boone, which is just outside of town to the west, and you can get rent kayaks and canoes and go kayaking on the Des Moines River. And then, of course, you got RAGBRAI, the Register's Annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa. That's what it stands for. RAGBRAI is the world's largest non-competitive bike touring event. So that's the world's largest. Anyway, it's about 500 miles. They change it up every single year. The route, it's great. They've got probably registered. They probably only got 10 to 15, maybe 20,000 people going on the tour. A lot of people get on their bikes and just go without registering. On the 50th annual, I think was last year, in 2023, there was 50 to 60,000 people that rode right there on one of the legs, right there in Des Moines. So it's a great thing. A lot of people are bike riding out here. The weather's fantastic in the spring, summer, and fall, and so you see a lot of people bike riding all over. There's trails all over Des Moines, plenty trails, and a lot of people love bike riding, and a lot of people come for RAGBRAI from all over the world to tour across Iowa. Iowa is very beautiful, rolling hills in most areas. It's got some, of course, flat area, a lot of cornfields and just beautiful little towns sprinkled in. So a lot of people come for that RAGBRAI. So another great thing you want to consider, it's one of the outdoor activities that you can get into when you get here. I think you'll like that. I certainly do. Another thing, culture and entertainment. You may want to consider that before you come here. There's a thriving culture and entertainment scene here in the Des Moines area. There's festivals all year round. Of course, as far as festivals go, you may not call it a festival. I do. It's kind of like it's the best kind of festival there is. I'm going to mention it. It's the farmers market. Plenty of farmers markets just about in every little town. There's one in Beaverdale. There's one in Urbandale. There's one in Ankeny. I'm sure every little community has a farmers market. One of my favorites is the Ames Farmers Market downtown in the historic downtown. So that's 30 minutes north of the Des Moines area. You may even want to consider moving there. It's a great place to live. But they have about 50 vendors. Then you've got the downtown market, the downtown farmers market. It is the #2 best farmers market in the country. It's probably one of the largest. It's got over 300 vendors. It's a great, fantastic farmers market. I don't love crowds, but I still like to go there every once in a while. They've got live bands, just lots of fresh vegetables and fruits and homegrown tomatoes. That's what I usually go for, is the homegrown tomatoes. But they've got lots of street vendors. You got the food trucks out there, and just a really cool. I think that's part of the arts and entertainment in this area. So when you think about Des Moines, you probably are going to think about the State Fair. It's one of the most well-respected state fairs in the country. It's an awesome state fair. I highly recommend it. You can get over 80 different foods on a stick, of course, and they've got the butter cow. It's a life-size cow carved out of butter. But we also have some great non-dairy festivals. You get the Arts Festival. Let's see what it is. The Des Moines Arts Festival, one of the top arts festivals in the country. Over 190 artists come to the Arts Festival. It's 14-time winner of the coveted Grand Pinnacle Award from the International Festivals Event Workshop. It attracts more than 200,000 people. It's right there near the Papillon sculpture downtown. It's 4.4 acres of festival. It's a great place and lots of great entertainment and culture and entertainment right there. So those are a couple of the things that you talk that about the culture and entertainment here. Of course, you've got downtown shops and bars and entertainment of that sort also right downtown in East Village and downtown Des Moines. So lots of culture, arts, and entertainment here in the Des Moines area. Also, we've got a great food scene. You may want to think about the food scene if you like me and you like restaurants and you want to go out every once in a while. Des Moines has a surprisingly diverse food scene. Here we've got all kind of different foods here. You know, maybe you want to get we're famous for a pork tenderloin sandwich. Smitty's Tenderloin Shop has been voted one of the best for a long time. You may want to give that a shot. It's a breaded pork tenderloin, tenderized and put on a sandwich. It's pretty good. Not my favorite, but a lot of people around here love it. It's a great little sandwich, and it's pretty unique to this area. So for the food, I would recommend East Village for some of the more trendy type food restaurants. Of course, there's Zombie Burger, and you may want to try Fong's Pizza. Those are some of the favorites around here. If you want fine dining, Harbinger Restaurant. It's an Asian-inspired, vegetable-focused restaurant for fine dining. Highly recommend that restaurant. So there you have it. Those are 10 things that you want to think about before you move to this area. You know, from great cost of living to nice, welcoming community. You're gonna love this area. I do. It's a fantastic place. You got a great climate. You've got great, lots of great food, a good cost of living, thriving job market, all the things I talked about. I think you're gonna love it here. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, just give me a call. My contact information is going to be in the description below. I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to the area.